The girl was transforming, whiskers sprouting from her face, her mouth closing slightly, and the next second, a tiger-striped spotted cat appeared before everyone's eyes. The teacher started counting down the seconds, but she lost control, sprouted a pair of bat wings, and slowly took off. The teachers were completely baffled by the fact that the kitten not only got bigger, but also grew a camel's nose, and everyone was amazed by him. Not only that, he also grew the limbs of a pleasant goat and insisted that it didn't take long to change back to human form. Although she herself was flabbergasted, Lisa was very pleased with this. He asked the teachers if the bat-headed goat cat was cool, but while the teachers said it was unique, inside they looked disgusted. He usually also turns into a rubber chicken and into a shark cat. Since she couldn't successfully turn into a cat, she was assigned to the oddball class. And the other 3 students here had similarly botched the placement test. The flame department needs to light a candle in front of them with a flame in order to pass the magic test. And when it was Tom's turn, he let out a puff of smoke, and he himself felt something was wrong. After adjusting, the scene was thick with smoke. The scariest thing was that he lost control and almost didn't kill the teacher. So Tom was also assigned to the oddball class. Flash, on the other hand, had to suck a glass of water from 5 meters away to his side by using a spacer during the test. And when it was Mary's turn, not only did the water cup not get sucked over, but it was pushed out in the opposite direction. That's right, her ability is to push, not suck, so she was also assigned to the oddball class. Next up was the test, where the aviators not only had to fly and stay in the air for 30 seconds, but also had to be able to land smoothly before they could pass. When it was Jake's turn, he unzipped his backpack and flew straight up to the ceiling. This has exceeded the flying height of the test. The teacher asked Jake to come down quickly, but the embarrassing thing was that Jake could only rise, not land. Finally, the janitor moved to the lift to save Jake. In order to keep himself from leaving the planet, his bag is filled with bricks, causing the members of the oddball class to arrive. And the first class they take is to go outside and search for the mysterious broomstick. There are some mysterious broomsticks hidden in the storage room of the Magic Academy, which reminds the girl of Harry Potter, and she is so excited that she can't control herself. That's right, it's exactly what you have in mind. Lisa gripped the mysterious broomstick tightly, and after a closer look, she confidently walked out of the warehouse and mounted it straight away. It's really just a regular broom, so she starts sweeping around the campus, only to accidentally find the shape-shifting department in the middle of a class. She then sat her down to take notes, but her desire to eavesdrop was still unsatisfied, and she continued sweeping to the classroom, pretending to have just seen the cat and snatching it from the teacher's hands. Seeing the strange move, the cat let out a roar, scaring Lisa and instantly turning her into a rubber chicken, fluttering her wings in place. Luckily, her teacher arrived in time to control the out-of-control magic within her. As for Flame Girl, who enrolled with Lisa, she passed the flame test with ease, but there were so many people in the flame class that she thought she had baked perfect popcorn with her magic. When the teacher picks one up and puts it in his mouth, all he hears is a click that almost chipped his teeth. In order to improve her magic power, she went to the library, but inadvertently found a black magic book on the floor. After Flame Girl opened the book, all the lights in the room instantly went out, and then came back on again when she turned it off, scaring him so much that he hurriedly put down the magic book. When he returned home, he found that the magic book had actually appeared in his home. Not only that, it had flipped to the flame department here. Then the words on the book seemed to come to life and danced around the flame woman. Then the words actually burrowed right into her body. Soon, the school had a competition, and Flame Woman made popcorn with great speed and managed to win the competition. However, Lisa came back to cause trouble by saying that her magic wouldn't get out of control again, and she wanted to enter the competition as well. She transformed into a little fancy cat, but it didn't last more than a few seconds before she sprouted wings again, flying through the air and turning into a pig again. That's right, Lisa's magic was out of control again. The girl unleashed a fireball, and instantly it grew bigger and bigger. Had her magic gone out of control too? The flying pig was also terrified and kept making pig noises. When the girl tried to withdraw her magic, the fireball imprisoned her and attacked the flying pig. When Flying Pig falls to the ground, he manages to transform back into his human form, but she is terrified of the Flame Girl's bizarre power. At this point, the headmaster started to humiliate a few of the students who had inverted their magic, and the homeroom teacher finally couldn't help himself, thinking that there was nothing wrong with magic, and that as long as it was properly controlled and put away, even if they turned into ugly monsters, they were still excellent wizards. So he decided to teach them the proper use of magic in his own way. He first gave a demonstration, and it turned out that he himself was an upside-down wizard who could only summon small animals through song. Then, under the guidance of the class, the group was reintroduced to magic. After a few months of training, they were also able to control their magic freely, and were able to successfully become what they wanted to be. Soon, the school festival arrived. But by this time, Flame Girl had been possessed by dark magic and turned into a dark shadow monster, and the scene became chaotic. The fire department unleashed flames on her, but to no avail. The summoning department summoned raptors on her, but the eagles were shocked at the sight of the monster and hurriedly turned around to escape. The flight department couldn't take off either, and the transformation department was even more outrageous, only being able to turn into chicks and kittens with no combat power at all. The flickers tried to pull the monster towards themselves, not realizing that they had actually split the monster into several doppelgangers. Just when everyone was at a loss for words, the homeroom teacher appeared with the oddball class. Mary did a squeeze on the monster and managed to squash it back. Then, Tom released smoke to block the monster's view. Finally, Lisa transformed into a flying chinchilla, leapt into the air, and surrounded the monster with more than 500 punches, successfully making the monster faint. Then, Lisa transformed back into her human form and awakened the flame woman inside the monster, who ended the monster's life with a fireball. In the end, the school abolished the oddball class and all magic was no longer upside down. The film ends here. The film Upside Down Magic is a Disney Channel original movie set in a fantasy world. The 13-year-old protagonist, Nory Boxwood-Horace, discovers that she has the superpower of transforming into animals, and her best friend, Reina Carvajal, has the ability to manipulate fire. The two thus enter the Saatchi Institute of Magic together for training. This film is full of imagination and innovation. It shows a different kind of possibility from the real world, which makes people curious and expect the unknown. The friendship between Nory and Reina is also touching, as they support each other and grow together, demonstrating the power of true friendship. That's all for today's story. Remember to like and follow if you like me.